All right, get those exact measurements. This is how we actually do 100% on the money, exact measurements. We don't need no stinking tape measure. We're getting real close to getting this project done. Cabinet, we chose the color on it. Now we're just finishing the trim pieces. I'm going to put a 2-inch profile baseboard on it. I'm not exactly sure exact color I'm going for here. If I want to do all black, kind of pull it together, heavy black or light black. Usually what happens when I start painting, and I paint a little more, and I paint a little more, it's like, oh, this should be here. Next thing I know, the whole darn thing's painted. Don't know though, we'll see. We do have top to finish. Got another white coat to put on the inside of the back for the cabinet. And then I'm going to go ahead and probably do the other side of it, same matching color as the outside of the cabinet, because nobody likes to see the edge of unfinished. Then we can move on to the next project. Not sure what that is, but I have a really cool chair over there. It's got some hand carved lions on the handles, got the wooden wheels on it, but the upholstery sucks. The bottom of it kind of sprung out. So I believe that's going to be the next project. We're going to get that over there, you know, do a video on how to reposter that chair and bring it back to life. The same technique I did for the shelving. After I put the black paint on where I want it at, then I come back and I hit it up with my Minwax wood finish. It's a penetrating stain. Semi-transparent, Provincial 211. I don't really even wait for the black paint to dry that much, because when you put this on, when it's semi-wet, it actually helps just blend everything together. Brand new bare wood look anywhere. Okay, so you have it. Now all you gotta do is come back along with your stain rag and wipe it back off. The longer you sit there, the deeper the color gets, in my experience. I have 2 access holes to get into the back of the cabinet. Here and here. We can use those for electronic devices if somebody wants to put something in there that needs to be plugged in. Lighting, you can put stereos, whatever, I don't know. But we do have that. We do have a piece cut here. If you're not going to use anything in the front, this will go on the back. It'll be painted the same color as the interior, so you won't actually even notice it. I have this trim pieces. paint up the way I like them. Turned out really good. Get those attached, and then we'll be working on the top. What it has here. Hey, looky there. Oh, the tabletop. And she has potential. All right, so starting to clean it up a little bit. See what it looks like. Repurpose that kitchen top, tabletop. Obviously trim it down. Still don't know if I'm going to use it. It needs a lot of cleaning. Using another piece of scrap wood to help attach the top that's over there drying. Don't know if it'll be dry enough to put on tonight without getting any fingerprints on it. But this was the original baseboard off the cabinet that I was taking apart. Sometimes I appreciate them not using glue. When I put anything together, I want to build it so it's around for 100 years. So a lot of times, yeah, you don't need the staples and the glue. I use all three. Sometimes, or most of the time, I'll glue it. Then I use the staples to hold it in place while the glue is dry. I know a lot of wood shows, or a lot of woodworkers out there will sit there and use the wood clamps and everything, which is great. It's the proper way to do it. Depends on what you're looking for and what type of project you're working on. Are you looking for a fine finish? I just happen to be a admirer of creating old rustic things. I love the square nails. I love everything about it. So I just reuse what I have, and then I can create my own look as I go. Most of the time, the hell's my hammer? Most of the time I do not have an idea. Well, I might have an idea. Of what look I'm going for when I start. And then oftentimes, as many of you probably already know, when you start something, it kind of goes a totally different direction and will end up with something you really never intended on doing. Obviously, you want to put a bunch of screw holes in the top of the cabinet. That's why I'm using these little pieces I just cut. What I'm going to do is they're going to be put in here, and then I'm going to screw in from the bottom. That's going to hold the cabinet down to this part here, but first we have to insert these. And again, I'm not going to go in from the front to secure this piece in. I'm not going to do any pocket screws or anything like that. I'm going to simply add another piece of wood. That was scrap. So exactly where I want to do it at. And then be a dorkfish and leave the staple gun way over here. And then use the staple gun, shoot a brad in there. In the blind. And nothing penetrated my body, so it must have worked. I love the, like I said, the square nails, and some of these projects, even the ones that I do that I use the square nails from the top, I still put them in with this method because a lot of times somebody's going to pick a cabinet up, they're going to pick it up from the top, and I don't want it to pop off. So square nail straight down into it, a lot of times they'll pop out or just get loose over the years. We don't want that. So I might use them for decoration later on if I find them. I don't know where I put them at. or might not, just depends on how much I like it or don't like it, or just want to embellish it more. So I'm going to go ahead and get these attached. I'll put one here, one here, one here, and then we'll come in from the bottom and screw the top down where we want it. I don't know if you can hear that right now. If you listen real quiet, other than my little exhaust fan over there. It's nothing. You can hear nothing. Isn't that nice? Nobody knows I'm here. I mean, the wife knows I'm here, but the rest of the world, well, other than you, the rest of the world don't know where I'm at, what I'm doing. One thing I love about woodworking, or whatever craft you're doing, you have your own place, secluded from the rest of the world, nice and quiet, peaceful. It's very special. You can be very creative. Just a good time. And nobody can see you screw up. Not that I screwed up yet. Well, I have, but I just undo it and redo it. But, well, other than, you know, YouTube, nobody can see you screw up. Oh, that's funny. So remember, it's really about not spending a lot of money on something. When you're building a Renaissance piece, it's all about going with what you have available for you, the resources you have, without having to go and invest a lot of money. I have glue, I have staples, I have wood screws, the hinges, that came off the other cabinet as well. The handle I had around somewhere, or maybe I took it off another window, I don't even know. Window, I have several of those. Everything on here is recycled or reclaimed from something. And that's the best part, because it gets new life. It can last. A lot of this is old growth. I mean, these trees probably were harvested in the 40s or 50s. You can tell by how tight the grain is. And then it gets reused. Like, you know, maybe not that old, maybe some of it was different. It's irrelevant. Yeah, it's still wet. I let the stain dry for at least 2 to 3 days. It depends on the climate that you're in. It's going to be real warm in here for the next few days. It's going to dry pretty quick. One thing I love about the stain and the paint in the summertime is there's not a whole lot of wait time. In fact, sometimes it's drying as fast as you can put it on. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up for this build. Other than, you know, a little bit of detail work on the windows, cleaning that up. I really like the way the top turned out, the doors, colors. Everything to me really flows together really good. Under the cabinet, I have a little bitty hidden shelf in there, a little stash. If you have any comments, any concerns, any advice, if you want to learn how to build your own a little bit more and I wasn't enough detailed in the video, comment below, reach out to me, and we'll work through it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one cleaned up and get her posted.